Geeky Girls in it. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we are
Singing opera.
Yes, we were talking about bloopers, and the recording started faster than we thought, and it's funny, so we'll just leave it in. Today is Wednesday, May the 8th, 2013. And this is episode 37. Yes. We are coming up on a year. In August will be a year. We have a new member in our Ravelry group. And I know her. Really know her. Like in real life, person to person know her. She introduced herself in the group this week. Her name is Kelly. Her username is Kelly Cron. And she lives in Saxe, Texas. And we went to college together. How about that? And remember, back in the fall when I knit those beards? They were for her sons. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes, for their Halloween costumes. Because they were going to be something. I don't remember what. Anyway, welcome, Kelly. And, we forgot to say welcome back to our returning viewers and hello to our new viewers. Hello.
These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the podcasters you're looking for.
We're not?
No.
Oh. Whoops. We'll keep watching anyway. We have a lot today. We have works in progress. We have finished objects. We have yummies. We have a boatload of TV. And then after that we have the May Geeky Cow and miscellaneous. And there's a Scotland update. And
That's it.
that's about it.
Okay.
It's still a lot. Announcements. So, if you're not going to stick around for the TV, fast forward so you don't miss any of the announcements. Alright, here we go.
Now we are going to talk about what is on our needles.
What's on your needles, Mary?
I still have this on my needles, and I said I was going to get it done.
But you're really close.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be just the rest of this repeat, which was how much rows did you say?
7 rows.
7 rows, or if you'll need another repeat, but you're really close to getting there. So, tell the people what it is in case they haven't seen you talk about it before.
This is one of the sleeves to my Joan Watson jumper for cosplay.
Which is based on a recipe called Dr. Watson's Cabled Crew Neck by Trudy Brown. And you've got it on what needles?
4.
And show them your yarn. It's a little darker in real life. That looks a little bit washed out. That's better. That's more true. That's Barocco Vintage in the Oats colorway. Keep on keeping on. And school's almost out, so you'll have more time to knit.
Yes.
So.
I discovered that I have no more quizzes or tests in science.
Well, that's positive.
Just lessons.
That's good. Alright, well, I have a couple things on the needles. First up is this Graham hat. That's a much more true color there. This is, I love this wool in the cocoa colorway. And the pattern is Graham by Jennifer Adams. It's a freebie on Ravelry. And it's on US 6's 4.0 millimeters and US 8's 5.0 millimeters. And this is the third one of these I've done. These are for my friend Joel. He wanted 3 hats. So this is the last of them. And you turn it inside out to wear it. And it's got that broken rib pattern right there. So I just cast this on yesterday and am over halfway through it. So I'm making really good progress, and maybe we'll even finish it tonight. There's a lot of TV on tonight. The other thing on my needles, I just barely cast it on, y'all. I told y'all last week that for the Geeky Cow this month, I am doing a Doctor Who baby blanket. And so I cast on the first 3 squares, which is not much. Oops. I'm sorry if that was just really loud on the microphone. Sorry. The needles hit the microphone. This is, all these yarns are I Love This Yarn in, oh no, I lied. Okay, the white and the blue are I Love This Yarn in royal and white, and the silver is Vanna's Choice in Silver Heather. I wanted something washable because it's a baby blanket, and what I'm using is the Doctor Who dishcloth patterns on Ravelry by Holy Narf, who is Lindsay. I'm using 15 of them for the squares. So the ones I've started on are the Cybus Industry logo, which is the Cybermen, the I Heart Heart DW, and the Seal of Rassilon. So as soon as this Graham hat gets off the needles, this is going to be my focus because it's going to get big, and I don't want to be working on it in the heat of summer. So, and then the border around the entire blanket is going to be the 4th Doctor? 6th Doctor? 4th. The 4th, I don't know why I thought 6th. The 4th Doctor's scarf, but just narrow.
The 6th Doctor is rainbow.
Oh.
Yeah, he has the Technicolor time coat.
Fun. Fun. So that's what's on our needles. I told Damaris I'm probably going to be fairly monogamous with the Doctor Who baby blanket for the rest of the month after I finish this hat, because this is the last item out of 5 that I was knitting for Joel and his wife, so that I can get it done before it gets super, super hot. It's already warming up a lot here, so before it gets super hot. So I think we're ready to go to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about our finished projects.
Okay, so I have a couple to show y'all. The first one is, these are the second pair of fingerless gloves for Joel's wife for Joel that I just talked about in the previous segment. His wife Lynn wanted 2 pairs of fingerless gloves. Oh, you can kind of see the sparkle. But it's black. That's a more true color there, right there. This is shimmer yarn in the black colorway. The pattern is the Malabrigo hand thingies by Anne Sahakian. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I apologize. It's a freebie on Ravelry, but I did make the change that I highly suggest if you want to knit this pattern, to up the stitch count to 36 to be casted on and use US 8s because otherwise they're way too snug. So these are done and ready to give to Lynn as soon as I finish Joel's other hat. The other finished object is not actually here.
We lost it.
No, I did not lose it. Oh, don't say that. Okay, I'm going to cut for a second and put the picture, and then I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so those were my Rescue Me Chin Boy and Show Me the Stars Doctor Who inspired socks in Toil and Trouble Yarns colorway Starry Starry Night. And the reason they're not here is because I shipped them back to Anna of Toil and Trouble Yarn because she's going to photograph them, and we are going to be selling kits with her yarn and my pattern. And that we should have the details of that in the next, hopefully by next week's episode, because I tracked the socks a while ago, and I think they're going to be there tomorrow. So she's got to photograph them, and I am updating the pattern to have charts. So hopefully that update will go live in the next couple days. Everybody who's already purchased the pattern on Ravelry will get that update with the charts. So we're really excited about that. It was a dream to work with. The yarn is just wonderful. I did it on US 1s, 2.25 millimeters. I had to modify the pattern just a little bit because the mannequin foot that she has for her to do the photographs is a little bit smaller, so I had to shorten them up a little bit and everything. So hopefully they'll be a good fit for her to photograph them. But it was fun to knit them again after it being so long since I had knit them, because I originally knit them like at the end of December. So this was the first time to knit them again. So stay tuned for details about buying the kit with the Starry Starry Night and the pattern in them. And those are my finished objects. So, on to the next segment. And now it's time for my favorite part of our show, Yummies. And these are like our current favorite things, or good things that have happened this week, or things that we love, or things we just are excited to share with you, etc. So today, May the 8th, as we are recording, is the Hub's birthday today. So happy birthday, Bub. Love you. That's my nickname for him, sorry. Bub. Which has nothing to do with his name, Russell. Don't even ask for the story. It's crazy. But, so if you follow me on Instagram, I put it on my personal Facebook, but I don't think I have many of our viewers on it. But if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this picture, or Twitter. I think I posted, no, maybe I didn't post it on Twitter. I don't remember where I posted it. But I took a picture of the gift certificate that we gave him today in his birthday card. You want to tell them all about it?
Well, it said that it
entitled him
into one huge viewing of Bindi Swish Comfy Chair's face.
It's not what it says. It's Benedict Cumberbatch's face.
See, the thing is, you can substitute whatever in as long as it begins with a B and the second name begins with a C, and people will know who you're talking about. Benedict Cumberbatch. Because the man's got the most ridiculous name.
So we're taking him next Friday to see the movie Star Trek Into Darkness, just in case you did not get that reference from the one huge viewing of Benedict Cumberbatch's face. And also going to take him out for lunch or dinner, whichever one he chooses, next week when the movie comes out. So, but the other funny part of this was I was looking online to see if I could get the tickets yet for next Friday, and their little description described Benedict as his character in the movie as a one-man weapon of mass destruction. And Damaris gave me this look like, what did you just say? What did you think I said?
I thought she said one-man weapon of mass seduction.
And then she said, no, it should be a one-man weapon of mass deduction. We love Benedict. I'm dropping my knitting.
Wait, no, you...
Oh, we love Benedict.
I thought you were just gonna keep one arm down there.
Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm knitting. So we're very excited to take him to see the movie. We're excited to see the movie, too.
I'm gonna try to cut a Starfleet badge out of cardstock and then pin it to my only shirt that has yellow in it.
That yellow and gray one?
Yes. It's the only shirt that I have that has yellow in it.
You know, they should have a pink Starfleet uniform.
No.
Then I would be in Starfleet.
I may or may not go around the entire day with Pavel Chekhov's accent. Because he's just so adorable.
So, happy birthday, Russ. We love you, and we're excited to take you out for your birthday next week. Okay, he had to work today. It's sad. It's okay, though. So, next up, we would like to thank the fantabulously, wonderfully, amazing, beautimous, kind... I don't know what other words to use to describe her. Knit and Wolf, who is Dawn of the Wolf Farms podcast and Wolf Farms business that has all those yummy soaps and lotions and all that yummy goodness-y stuff. She left us the sweetest iTunes review and star rating, and it just like made me cry. And I was like, oh my gosh! So thank you, Dawn. We love you. We kind of suck at this. We love you even though we suck at making a heart. Okay, Damaris, you want to talk about the next thing?
Okay, so I came across a Radio Times article where Stephen Moffat cleared up some confusion about The Angels Take Manhattan.
So if you have not watched The Angels Take Manhattan yet, you might want to fast forward a little smidge because it would be a spoiler.
Okay. Yeah, the main thing I was reading about was about the Statue of Liberty and how it can move, even though a lot of people have eyes on it all the time. And he said something like, I don't remember, he said something like, during 1938, the Angels had control over Manhattan at New York, so you saw what they wanted you to see.
So, and there was some other stuff in it as well. We'll put the link in the show notes, so if you want to read the article, you can. So that was pretty cool. Okay, you can come back. Come back. Okay.
Shh, just come.
Okay, so now tell them about the hysterical funny that we watched last night.
Okay, yesterday we watched a car commercial.
And we hate commercials.
We hate commercials.
Except for Hallmark ones that make me cry.
Okay.
But every once in a blue moon, there is a good commercial.
Yesterday, we watched a car commercial. I forgot what kind of car. It was a car
Wasn't
commercial.
Wasn't it for an Audi?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Maybe.
Whichever one causes... So sorry.
Whichever one causes lens flare.
We're going to put a link to this commercial in the show notes, but tell them what it was about.
Okay. It was called Zachary Quinto versus Leonard Nimoy. The Challenge.
And there was so much Star Trek-y goodness in it.
Yes, they were playing 3D chess on their, I don't know if it's a Kindle, iPads?
Something.
And...
Fascinating.
And, well,
check your sensors.
Yes, and while in his car, Leonard Nimoy says, I have been, and always will be, your friend.
Against the, window. It was so funny.
And then, Nimoy makes Zachary fall.
Oh yeah, the Vulcan death grip.
Bad Leonard, don't do that.
Anyway, it's a really funny commercial.
And he was also singing the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Anyway, we'll put a link to it in the show notes so you can watch it. It's about 3 minutes long or something, but it is so funny.
Go watch it.
So go watch Zachary and Leonard.
It's mandatory watching if you like Star Trek.
And now it is time for Scotland Update. Ba-bum.
Bagpipes playing in the background.
We need I can't think what her name is from the Knitting Pipeline podcast. She plays the bagpipes. And she was just in Scotland recently. Anyway, so guess what came in the mail?
A bird.
Do you know what this is?
A bird.
If you have watched this before and heard Damaris talk about it, you know what this is.
It's a bird. No, it's a passport. What? How can I confuse a bird with a passport? Oh, look, it's another bird.
Ta-da! Damaris got her passport!
My picture is crap.
Mine is too. I don't know. Ugh.
It's mandatory that in all professional photos taken to put on legal documents, you have to look your worst.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us wear our glasses. That kind of was weird. Anyway, so Damaris got her passport. So another step in the right direction. Also,
yes, I'm here with the United States of America.
Too many episodes of Midsummer Murders.
You're the one who told me to do it originally.
Yes, it was funny. Okay. Also, we ordered luggage last week. And part of it came in yesterday.
Would you like to see it?
Okay.
You would.
Okay.
It's a duffel bag, and I fit in it, mostly.
Okay, so if you saw, I did post it on Ravelry, and I posted it on Facebook and Twitter and everything, and Instagram.
I posted it on Tumblr.
So, okay, so here's the story behind this. We have some friends that lived in Dubai for several years, and when I was talking about what luggage are we going to get, what are we going to do, she suggested that we get some of these military duffel bags to pack all of our clothing to check on the plane. And so we got a really good deal on them last week, so I ordered 3 of them, 1 apiece, and then we ordered real suitcases for the other stuff. But these are top-load duffel bags. I'm not going to pull it out of its container because
it's big.
It's big. Damaris fit in it. It didn't come all the way up her.
Mostly,
In fact, my friend who went to Dubai commented on the picture yesterday, and she was like, you need a little taller one. I said, we have 2 more. We'll put one over her head.
But I'll suffocate.
No, there's breathing holes.
They get covered up.
So we ordered 3 of these duffel bags for our clothing, and then our suitcases will be in next week. So we can start packing like our fall winter clothes that we will not be wearing again until we get to Scotland. And that has been your Scotland update. And now, on to the next segment.
And now it's time to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
What are we reading?
We are reading His Last Vow by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
I totally almost just spoiled Damaris because I didn't realize I was ahead of her in the book. And so I started talking about the story I read last night because this is the short story collection.
And I was like, shh.
I didn't mean to almost spoil her at all. I'm still in book 3 of the Tales of Goldstone Wood series called Moonblood by Anne Elizabeth Stengel. So I'm still reading that. I forgot what stitch I'm on. I should probably stop because I'm doing ribbing and I'm trying to talk about TV at the same time. TV. 11 shows to talk about today. So sorry. Thank goodness season finales of 5 of them are next week.
Yeah.
So here we go.
That'll only give us 6.
That's much more manageable.
Yeah.
Okay, first up, Arrow, episode 1.21, The Undertaking. There was lots of new info for us in this episode. I enjoyed the flashbacks to seeing Oliver and his dad together before they went on the trip on the yacht. But we also got all this history about the group that originally was formed that was originally formed to stop the bad things that were happening in the Glades that had Merlin and his dad and all that stuff in it. But Merlin, you know who I'm talking about.
Merlin.
No. Barrowman.
Barrowman.
He wanted to change things and level the Glades using a manufactured natural disaster.
Wait, what? Manufactured natural disaster? Are you seeing the problem there?
Apparently somebody made the technology.
Are you seeing the problem there? Manufactured natural disaster.
Yes. And apparently he's still planning to do it. And Moira confronted Merlin, and Oliver was listening in, and they were able to trace and finally find Walter after he'd been missing for 6 months.
Walter!
No, that's the wrong show. And then, this whole thing with Laurel and Tommy and Oliver. Laurel wants Oliver to tell Tommy that he's not in love with her anymore so that she and Tommy can get back together, but Oliver says, I can't do that because it would be a lie, and I have enough lies in my life. I can't do this.
Love triangles.
He also apologized and fixed things with Diggle, and they are talking about how to stop Merlin. Next episode is tonight, probably before you even watch this because it takes so long to upload. Episode 1.22, Darkness on the Edge of Town, and then the season finale is next Wednesday, the 15th. Next up is Damaris' turn. Here you go.
My turn. Ah. Okay, so Psych 7.10, the Santa Barbarian Candidate.
Their titles crack me up.
The titles are ridiculous. I am Sean Spencer, and this is my partner, Bill of Rights. What did you just do? That was the right to bear arms.
I love the names they come up with for Gus.
My favorite one still is, hello, I'm Sean Spencer, and this is my partner, Radio Star. I'm afraid your motion picture will kill him.
Yes. Okay, what else?
You wrote that.
Oh, I did.
Because it has hearts by it. Put a lot of...
I put the whole ending thing when Juliet stopped Sean from telling the chief that he's not really psychic, and she saved him, and they're not back together yet, but I think it's coming.
There's a bird.
There's a bird in our window.
It just flew. It just hovered there for a second, and then it went on the ledge.
What's the next episode?
7.11, Office Space. Tonight.
Next up is Person of Interest, episode 2.21, Zero Day. The machine's been compromised. It's been 10 days without a number.
Whoa there. Calm down.
They finally get a number, and it's the machine personifying itself and giving them the number.
Personified machine?
Yes.
That makes me happy.
So,
Is it good?
the machine is trying to save itself because there's been that virus was put in it, and it's going to cause it to do a hard reset, and then it'll call a payphone like it usually does, and whoever answers it will have control of the machine. So, we also found out that Harold programmed the machine to forget everything every night, and then it does a full reset every day. So it loses all its memories. So the machine personified itself and started a company that all of its employees type in its memories every day so that it remembers everything. Smart machine. There was tons of backstory about the machine. HR set Carter up, and she shoots a guy who had a gun while she was investigating Beecher's death, and then HR made the gun disappear, and so it looks like it's a bad shooting. So we've got that to deal with. And then, so the phone call happens, and Root gets the phone call, but Harold also routes the call to John, so I'm not really sure if, like, Root got a fake call and John got the real call, or... So this is going to all be answered tomorrow night, I hope. In episode 2.22, it's the season finale, called God Mode. Because I guess, like, the person's going to have control over the machine. God Mode. Elementary.
1.21, a landmark story.
Yes.
Okay. No, I am not... Wait, no. Bleh. That's exactly the opposite.
Take 2.
No, I am dissecting a body in the middle of the night. We are not having a moment.
That made me laugh. Because he wanted to have a moment over the dissection. And he totally was playing her. He was, like, real hesitant about...
No.
Fine, give it to me, I'll do it. He was totally playing her. Okay, go ahead.
We have to plan a murder.
A murder?
Murder.
So that they could save the lady.
Be assassins.
That was funny. That the guy was using Africanized honeybees to murder someone.
The thing that's different about me, empirically speaking, is you.
Oh.
Can you not?
So he is finally accepting and seeing how important she is in his life. Oh. Okay, what else?
Okay, the scene that disturbed me in this episode was Moran singing and then committing suicide.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm like, oh.
It freaked me out.
And I had already watched it before I watched it with her. I watched it with the hubs. And I'm like, and I saw it happen, and so, like, the next day when we were watching, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see it again. Oh.
Okay. And then Moriarty calls Sherlock.
So, next episode is tomorrow night.
1.22, Risk Management.
And then the following week, next week on the 16th, we will have a 2-hour season finale. Because Person of Interest will have ended, so they're going to do a 2-hour finale of Elementary. Oh, and why am I taking this from you? Merlin's next.
Okay, this is the show I did sarcastic commentary on. Are you ready for this?
It was funny. Go ahead.
Merlin 5.9, With All My Heart. Okay, when Arthur has his arm trapped under that rock.
Yes.
And he's trying to pull his arm out. I'm just like, don't hurt yourself, man. You're hurting me. Here. Yes, I will chop off my arm. This is a good idea. Oh, look. There is a Mordred with a rope. Good. But Merlin is still unconscious. I mean, he spends a quarter of the entire series unconscious.
Yes.
Stare dramatically at the camera to your right. And in front of you. Stare dramatically at all the cameras. Okay, Morgana makes people fall forward. Again.
This
is all she's doing this series.
I mean, like, how do you make somebody fall forward? Back? Yes. Forward? No.
Oh, look. Mordred can make people fall backward now. Cool. Oh my gosh, Kellen, how do you do that voice?
Oh my gosh. when the voice, because he was portraying a woman, and the voice he used, oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Next week. Oh no, people are dying.
In episode 5.10, The Kindness of Strangers. And we don't have that many episodes left before the whole series is over. The series finale is currently...
I might do actual notes on the finale.
The series, like the show is ending finale, is currently scheduled for May 31st. So we don't have that long.
So it's in 2 parts, or are they doing a 2-hour thing?
No, I think they're doing it over the course of 2 weeks. I believe. I could be wrong. But, I mean, we have very few episodes left. Okay, Once Upon a Time, episode 2.21, Second Star to the Right. Now, y'all heard my rant last week about it, about how I was kind of struggling. This episode was a little bit better. We had the whole deja vu all over again thing with Neil being sucked into the magic portal thing, just like he had happened when he was a child. We had this whole home office who is trying to rid the world of magic, and that's who, I can't even remember their names. Greg and... Tamara. It's a good thing I have her. Greg and Tamara are working with them to rid the world of magic. This storyline still feels very manufactured to me, and where they're going with it, and now they have the trigger to be able to destroy Storybrooke and to, like, wipe it off the map. Oh boy. Regina did admit to killing Greg's father, and Greg found the body in this episode. Season finale is on Sunday, episode 2.22, and straight on till morning. Didn't totally like the whole Peter Pan thing they did. Felt manufactured. I'm like, okay, yeah, he had to fall into another fairy tale from Fairy Tale Land into another fairy tale. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. Defiance, episode 1.5, A Well-Respected Man. Robin Dunn from Sanctuary was in this episode, and he actually did a really good job. I was impressed. I was like, wait a minute, I know him. Not really know him, like I know him from another show. Know him. Hey, Robin!
What's
up? If you have not ever watched the TV show Sanctuary, go watch it. It is amazing. It was canceled way too soon. It has Amanda Tapping from Stargate SG-1 in it.
I was gonna say that, and I almost said Amanda Abington.
No,
that's the wrong Amanda.
Amanda Tapping. Anyway, okay, so in this episode, Amanda, not the Amanda we were just talking about, either one of them.
There are so many Amandas.
Amanda, the mayor, her sister Kenya, was kidnapped by a bioman. We got a bunch of the history of Amanda and Kenya and their mother in this episode. I love so much what they're doing with music in this show.
Yes, it was just like, that song sounds familiar.
I love how they are using music. It's really amazing. So, the ending of the show was Scarlet Town by Bob Dylan. And while that's playing, we see Rafe and Quentin down in the tunnel where the artifact was found. And we see Daytak become a town council member. And Stama... Is that how you say her name? Stama? Stama? Okay. That's H.G. Wells from Warehouse 13.
Yes.
Doing some kind of craft that was not knitting, but it was with yarn. She had like this...
thread yarn.
It looked like the frame thing that she was doing it on reminded me of those Eye of God things that we did when we were little, where you wrapped the yarn around, but it looked more spiderwebbish. But then she had like these metal things on her finger with the threads connected and was doing something. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like crafty.
I am liking the show a lot.
I love the show.
And I especially like their makeup department.
Oh yeah, they do amazing. Anyway.
Because they make the... What do you call them? What Daytak and Stama are.
I can't think of the word right now.
Well, they make them look really good.
Yeah, they do. While Stama was doing the craft, Nolan accused her of being the snake, not Daytak. Next episode 1.6, The Serpent's Egg, which will be on Monday. Revolution 1.16, The Love Boat. Rachel was badly injured.
Yeah, that,
Sorry. Rachel was badly injured.
No! I mean, her injury.
Oh! I thought you were talking about me singing it.
No.
Like, oh yeah, it was gross. The book she had an article about Aaron in it when he was younger and about his programming, and she keeps insisting he has to get to the tower.
But he's like, nope.
And he's like, I'm not going without you, and she shows him the article. Why do you have an article of me? Why isn't my picture in this book? The whole thing with Charlie and Miles in this episode and her trying to convince him not to be like Monroe, I kind of liked that storyline. Then, at the end, oh my gosh. So, Grace gets the elevator at the tower to work, and then this man goes down in the elevator, and we hear this noise, and the camera goes out, and the elevator starts coming back up to the main level, and the elevator opens, and Grace is looking into the elevator, and it's covered in blood, and then a terrified look on her face, and then the end.
If you're asking why she didn't run, it's because she was handcuffed
That's
to
right,
a
she was
desk.
handcuffed to a desk.
She was trying to get out.
But she couldn't. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Next episode is episode 1.17, The Longest Day. And we still have several episodes of this left, especially because they had to push the finale back a week. The finale, this is not going to be until the first week of June. Warehouse 13. Episode 4.12, Parks and Rehabilitation. So, this episode, we didn't really write a whole lot about this. Most of the episode was already trying to deal with Lena's death and his realization that he could not do it on his own, that he needed the others to help him in it. It was a real touching episode. We saw Lena's signature statement, and...
But is she gonna come back? Because it seems like she keeps being in it, even though she's gone.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think this will be the end for her, unless we just, see, videos or something of her. There was a Gilmore Girls alum in this episode. I don't know what her real name is. She played Francine in Gilmore Girls. Next episode is episode 4.13, The Big Snag. NCIS. Episode 10.23, Double Blind. I just totally got that reference.
What?
I've got too much to say about it. Anyway, I loved how Gibbs calls Ziva Zever. It's like a term of affection for her. He doesn't use it all the time, but it's like a term of affection for her. And it's so sweet when he does it, because it's like, oh. So we finally got some Tiva! So they're talking about her being interrogated by this guy, whatever his name was. I didn't like him. He was a jerk. Anyway, Tony got upset because Ziva slept with her friend Adam while she was in Israel in a moment of weakness, is what she says. She said she felt alone, and Tony said to her, "Do you not remember that I told you at the airport that you're not alone? We must have a different interpretation of things." And they're staring into each other's eyes. She knows. He knows.
That I'm not telling the truth.
Somebody needs to tell the truth.
Psych theme song.
Together. Really together. It cracked me up that the whole team was meeting an autopsy to discuss the interrogations. And, the red lights on so nobody can come in.
Let's go where the dead bodies are.
Next week they're going to do the whole team in an elevator scene.
Wait, all of them in the elevator?
Did you not see that in the preview?
No.
Yeah.
That's like all of the companions in the TARDIS at Journey's End. Except much smaller.
Okay, so this whole thing, this guy is coming, interrogating them all, and we think that he's out to get Ziva. And then things change, and we think he's out to get Vance. And then, the final seconds, he's out to get Gibbs! What?! And the next week's episode, 10.24, is the season finale! Damned if you do.
Damned if you don't.
No, that's the name of the episode. Damned if you do.
I was finishing the phrase.
Oh, well, they only used the first part. And so we're going to have General Chegwin from JAG be in next week's episode, and Franks is back. His friend Franks, isn't that his last name?
I don't know. I don't remember Jag.
No, he's not from JAG. This guy's from NCIS. His friend that they lived on the beach together when Gibbs left NCIS and then came back. But his last name Prince?
I don't remember the
so.
earlier seasons.
Anyway, we need more Tiva. Okay.
Okay, so this episode of Doctor Who 7.12, The Crimson Horror, was kind of meh. But it looks like things will pick up next week.
I mean, there were still some good things in it.
Yes.
But it was, out of, all the ones that we've watched recently, it was probably the bottom one out of the ones we've watched recently. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, so Mr. Thursday, that guy with the mustache, kept fainting.
That cracked me up.
And so she said this episode should have been titled, and then they faint.
Yes, because people kept fainting.
Okay. Red in this episode was everywhere.
In the title, even.
The Crimson Horror, part of Clara's dress and her bonnets. I don't know if they're called bonnets over there. Her hat thingy were maroon, and her jacket at the end was maroon.
I really think Red is going to have a major part to play in when we find
what?
out who she is. I don't know.
Okay, and we don't see the Doctor until 14 minutes in.
Yeah, we were like, oh my gosh. I mean, when we rewatched it the second time, she was like, stop it when we see the Doctor. And we stopped, and it was 14 minutes in.
Yeah, we don't see him until a third of the way in.
And then we didn't see Clara till
17 minutes.
17 minutes in. So that was a little different play on things.
Yes. In the background story,
I
loved
loved
the silent movie effect and the background music.
That was awesome. That rocked.
Yes, and Dr. and Mrs. Smith, I am gonna cry. And laugh and cry.
The Smiths.
Okay. And the accents, oh my gosh, the accent.
Oh my gosh,
Matt did the most hilarious impression of a northern accent I have ever heard.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Okay. And Thomas, the teeny boy GPS, was adorable. And apparently that's a reference to... we didn't know this, because we...
No, I did know it.
You knew about Tom-Toms?
Yes.
I didn't know about Tom-Toms. Okay, I didn't know this, because... for some reason, apparently...
there's a GPS company called TomTom.
I didn't know that.
So that's why he was Thomas, because he was telling Strax where to go.
Yes.
Not like, where to go, like he was giving him directions.
Yes.
TomTom.
Okay. And chairs are nice to break things with.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
Okay. And the thing I liked most about this episode was the Doctor and Ada's interaction.
That was good.
Yes. Oh, great. Attack of the Supermodels.
Did they even have supermodels back then?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Okay, what else?
And Ginny.
She rocks.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Like her.
Okay. And Victorian values, as previously mentioned in The Snowman.
Yes.
It's implied at the end that the Doctor was aiming for Victorian London.
Right.
So Clara might remember who she was.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
Okay. And her necklace again at the end.
Exactly.
Yay. And Artie and Angie, the two kids that Clara babysits or looks after or
She's
whatever.
their nanny.
Yes. Convinced Clara to let them go on the trip because they found pictures of her in the past.
Okay, so do we want to talk about that theory that I told you about that I can't remember who posted it on Plurk?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So someone posted on Plurk that what if the Maitland kids, Artie and Angie, are Donna's kids?
Donna Noble.
Donna Noble.
Now, the actors that play the kid's father
are two different
people, but shows do that.
Yes. And their names are different. Donna's fiancé was named Sean. The kid's dad is named George. Their last name is different. In the end of time, they were hyphenating their name to be Temple Noble, but...
What if they had to go into, witness protection or something?
Why? Do they have witness protection over there?
I would guess so.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I was just maybe something happened and they had to change their names.
Yes, and there's also time in continuity because at the oldest, their kids would be 3.
Yeah. Maybe the doctor found them in an alternate timeline and brought them back. And they had to change their names because there was already people named that.
I don't know. Woo! Numerous inconsistencies, but what the heck? We can believe what we want!
I don't know. It's a thought. It was kind of an interesting theory to kind of play with.
Okay, so next week I think it's going to be a picker-upper because it's another episode by Neil Gaiman, who previously wrote The Doctor's Wife, which was my favorite episode ever. And also Cyberman, and the Doctor turning into a Cyberman. What?
Yeah, that's kind of scary. So episode 7.13, Nightmare in Silver. And then...
I'm gonna panic. When the next time thing comes after the credits, I am going to panic.
Because it'll be Series 7
finale. I'm just gonna, be...
Which is seasons, for people who don't know. This is just, the series isn't over. It's the season finale, but they call them series.
I'm gonna sit there, frozen in terror,
And that is TV. We have talked for 26 minutes about TV, so we're gonna stop. It's time for the Geeky Girls knit. May Geeky knit along, or crochet along, or weave along, or spin along, or whatever along, as long as it's a Ravelry thing. Bum bum. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 finished projects already, not including mine. So, congratulations to Knits Insanity, who is Katie, who finished her Room Cabasm socks. That's the Chin Boy socks that I designed, in case you wondered. To Rose Bob, who is Rose, who finished Yoda, the Jelly Master, who is adorable, and he said hello to us on Ravelry, and he's so cute. And the Super Mario baby sweater. Did you see that? With the little mustache, and it was so adorable. And Princess Bumps, who is Victoria, who did a mini canine, and then her husband put it on like an earring. And it was really funny. Da-da. You still have a lot of days, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks. Yes. Stop singing. Sorry. You have 3 weeks to do the rest of your geeky crafting. Share the pictures. Don't forget to post them and tag them.
But don't chat in the picture thread.
Don't chat in the picture thread. Chat in the chatter thread.
Mama.
Bum bum. On to the next segment.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10.
No, this is the end of the world as we know it.
No, I was singing Skyfall.
And I feel fine.
I was singing Skyfall.
And this is the end of this episode. Here's some announcements. We have our weekly Geeky Girls Knit VKNs, that's Virtual Knit Night, if you don't know, on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central and Tuesday afternoons at 1 p.m. Central. Watch on Plurk and Twitter and Ravelry and Facebook for the links, and you have to have Google Plus to do it, and it's fun. So come knit with us. A reminder that Christy Ray is still needing crafting stuff for the children's tent at the Estes Park Wool Market on June 8th and 9th. So if you have fiber or yarn that you could send to her that she could use with the kids, I know she'd be very appreciative. We sent her a box yesterday. And her contact information is in the show notes. This is the last week to donate to the cystic fibrosis fundraiser that Dragonfly7673, who is Vicky from the Dragonfly Source podcast, is doing to help her son's friend whose sister has cystic fibrosis. More details are in the link in the show notes. And if you donate and let Vicky know, you'll be entered to win one of several prizes, including 2 of my patterns. Deadline to donate is May 15th. Where do they find us?
At geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. There you can find us on YouTube or iTunes or Ravelry or Facebook or Twitter or wherever. Other places.
We're everywhere.
We're watching you. Every step you take, every move you make, we'll be watching you.
We hope that you've watched us for this entire episode. And with that, we will say adieu.
Adieu
To you and you and you. Goodbye.
We should watch that.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you next week. Happy crafting.